Hey everybody, I'm back from my vacation to Hawaii where my oldest got married and celebrated the graduation of my middle son. So it was a fun time over there. Got back and had a few days off and did a little bit of work on my truck, and I got some work done on his 61. So here's some of the stuff that we did and some of the problems that we encountered while we were making progress. So here's Hyatt's 61. He got the alternator and the water pump on. He has got that rocker panel off. I think he sprayed it with Phosphro. Needs to hit her again and then figure out how he's going to put in this floor pan. It's got some rot going on. The other side's a lot worse, but start getting that done pretty soon. And then he's got the back axle all on. We got the U-bolts. He went and got some longer springs. They look a lot lighter. I don't know if those are out. I don't know what those are out of. He thinks it's a good idea, so the back end's gonna be up in the air, and then we'll see what he winds up doing with the front. So that is the 61. On the 51, I got the front clip on and I'm fighting the alignment battle right now. So as we started, we got the fenders up in on both sides, and this side, passenger side, would line up just fine. Driver's side would not. When I looked at it, I realized I was kind of an idiot. So before, when I would line it up, I didn't have this air dam in there, and I started hitting my power steering pump, or steering box. That's a box. I was hitting my power steering box, so I had to notch that out, got it shoved in there, and it still wouldn't go. And then I realized, I looked at it and I had that notch cut out to clear the frame. And up under here, I don't know if you can see it, but I was hitting, come on, I was hitting right here up in there. So I had to reach in there and cut that. Those little wiggle saws are nice. That's what I used, was this little multi-tool wiggle saw. That's what my boomer friends call it. But now I've got to get the sides bolted up. I think I might have an alignment issue with the cab, but when I come closed with it, I have to move the nose of the hood this way to get it to latch here. But my problem is if you look, that thing's off to the side anyway, and when I pull it over, it just goes right back. So I've got that issue. I'm hitting tight here. I wish I didn't have that board in there, but I'll show you. I'll try and show you when I get it back together. But I'm hitting here and I have a gap here. So I don't know exactly why that would be, but the hood won't latch all the way. So I know I've got to go down a little bit more. And I think when I get my core support bolts, they're back in on the other side here on top of the frame. When I get that tightened down, it's going to pull this whole thing down a little bit, and then I'll be able to get more of a stroke on that. But the other problem I had is I went with a different header so I could take my steering right down through the middle of the header. Well, that header was hitting right into my fender. So I wound up having to go in and cut some of that fender away so it would clear, and I would be able to get on my mount, my radiator core support mount on this left-hand side. So that was a lot of fun battling through that, but gonna go through, tighten up all my fender bolts, both sides. Hopefully that all works out. Let me take this board out and I'll show you what my alignment's like. So got my hood down on it. As you can see, I'm fairly tight on the sides, but my hood won't latch. So I've got to somehow get it so it'll clear a little bit more. My gaps on the sides aren't what I would like. I've got to do more alignment with the hinges inside, but I don't know whether I need to pull that forward or how exactly to get everything aligned. That looks like it set back a little further. And this one was probably forward a little bit. But I don't know if I can, yeah, it won't move. Do that. I'll figure it out somehow, but yeah, look at this line over here. If I can get, I think if this comes down a little bit, it'll move this all forward a little. And then this will come down more. You can see where it used to sit. Come down a little more. This will come down, be tighter. And this is more, I probably want my reveal a little tighter than that. So I'm gonna loosen the hinge inside. Maybe slide this back a little bit. That actually will take care of that problem. Looking at that now. So I'll start working on getting stuff tightened up so I can kind of see. That's the bumper. That's where the bumper is supposed to hit. So this has got to come down that much more somehow, some way. So here I go, trying to figure it out. Okay, so I've somewhat got it figured out. So I started underneath and I tried to make, I'll show you on this side, I got a light. So I made where that bottom bolt, so that arm comes up and there's a bolt right there. I tried to make that flush between the body. So just across here, make that flush. Then I came up and I worked on doing the same thing up there. But if you look at my problem I created over here, sorry. So here, that now needs to get back up on top of there and inside. But this now sits a little high. Let's see it on this one a little better. So with this bumper underneath here, see how it moves back and forth? It's just barely resting on top of that lower bumper. Gosh, this is awful. There, you can see the rubber bumper underneath. So it's just resting on that. And there's no adjustment. Well, I guess there is a little bit. It's not focusing at all. So I've got to push this all the way down, run these in the rest of the way, and then I don't know. Then I'll bolt that in tight. So I guess that feels pretty good. But my gap now, I've still got to redo the back, so that doesn't much matter. But I got the front to close, and if you look, those wear marks where it sat for 50 years, it's in the same spot. So I think I'm closer, and then down this side, I'm hitting that bumper right. You can just barely see it right here. There's a bumper in there, and you can see that bumper, that one. I've still got to do some adjustment here to get those to drop down. I might put my new bumpers in and then do that alignment. I've got my 2x4 to put in the front, then I'll figure out that back. But I have my outer fenders connected. I still haven't messed with my inner fender yet. Still not sure. I'm gonna need help on this side because the bolt comes from the inside into the inner fender. This one, it goes from the inside into the cab. But so I'm gonna do the bumpers and that. So these are the plugs, the bumpers go right here, and I'm spraying them with this, and then should be able just to work them in for the most part. So spray the back. You can spit on it too, but oh crap. Yeah, okay. And then if it doesn't go in, I have a pair of pliers. You grab that little tip on the back and pull on it. These go in the same way, put them in, reach around the back and pull down. It's a lot easier without the grill in, so I'd put those in before the grill. So I'll put that one in. Okay, all the bumpers are in. I'm interested to see how these affect that coming down. You can see where they hit before. Right there, right there. So I want to see if it'll actually close now. Okay, so I lowered it. It took a little more oomph to get it closed, but maybe as I get that aligned in the back, I can get it to come this way a little bit, and then I can slam it from above and it'll be good. But from here, it doesn't look horrendous. So get these unlocked. There's that latch right there. Push it, and open she comes. But yeah, so there I can get it, but I have to slam really hard on it with two hands. So I've watched and seen guys will take 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. I might over time, but I have adjusted this side up 1/4 inch and it keeps landing in the same exact spot. I don't know exactly why, but this other side I think looks pretty good. I've got to do something with this. I didn't run it far enough forward because I didn't know. So that's where I'm at. And when I did my Fotina, I goofed up a little bit right there, but I don't know. I don't think that's supposed to lay tight in there. I don't know. Gap this way, going that way. I'm gonna have to slide it ever so slightly to to the west, left, and that will have me there. But I got the hood so it'll open and close, which is my goal, and everything's bolted up. So now I think I'm going to crawl underneath and do my transmission. So with that, I'm gonna move on to my next project. So this will be the end of this video. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I'm excited about this project. I hope it's got some of you out there wanting to do your own. You'll never learn unless you try, and thank heavens for YouTube. Appreciate all the new subscribers and everybody for watching.